Hello everyone, Benair here with my first Legends of Runeterra video after the new expansion dropped. And today I bring you Galio Stands, a Galio deck that I have decided to make. This deck is for the Inferno Fire Dragon. He wanted a Galio tech video that I did not have time to do before the expansion dropped. So I've spent all day working on this deck, fine-tuning it the best that I can, and so I'm going to take a little bit of extra time than I normally do and go over this deck list for you, Fire Dragon. Let's go ahead and get into it. So, this is a Demacia Targon deck featuring Galio and Soraka. The reason for Soraka is quite simply because this deck focuses a lot on healing because of this new keyword, Formidable. Formidable says I strike with my health instead of my power. Now, formidable units tend to have 1 point or 2 more health than they should based on their mana cost, so they get a very powerful initial hit, but then they take damage, which means every other hit's going to be weaker. So, to counteract this, we're running, not Fiora, but we're running a bunch of healing cards. Our healing cards are Soraka herself, Guiding Touch for some healing and draw, and Winds of War as a one-of. I tried running this as more than a one-of, but I really just... It's slow speed, so it's not quite as good. But, yeah, so we got that for healing, as far as spells go. The other thing that we have going on is, this deck actually has so many weaknesses. I tried going a Star Spring route and go a lot more on the healing the units, and really invested in the Durand cards. Oh, not Surand. Durand. Yes, I tried running Durand Architect and the Durand Sculptor because I thought they'd go good, but they're just too slow. The current meta, at least for now, there's a lot of aggro decks going on, a lot of decks running Gnar, and the problem is that these cards are just a little too slow for what they do. So, and the biggest problem you're going to run into is that if you invest in these cards, then you're running the entire Formidable package, which means that fearsome decks just kill you. Because fearsome says you have to have 3 or more attack, and Formidable units all have 0 attack. You can't block them. So to compensate for this, I have done a lot of tweaking, and I have modified the deck list to include a lot more cards that have 3 power or more. Specifically, the Durand Protege, which gives an ally tough and 1 extra health permanently. She has 3 attack. The Spring Guardian, which is a 3/3 for 3, which gives us a Spring Gifts, which fully heals an ally for 1. Very useful. And the Crystal Ibex. I was originally running the Zenith Blade in this deck, and it worked really well, but I realized that the Crystal Ibex can do what Zenith Blade does, which is give Overwhelm, but also gives us a 4/4 body, which we desperately need sometimes. So yeah, the Durand Protege, the Spring Guardian, and the Crystal Ibex is here mainly just to provide us with fearsome blockers and just chump blockers so we can save our formidable units for big swings. We have Mountain Drake as a mid-range formidable unit, and the Yordle Ranger, who I find actually puts in the work as far as value goes, giving us 2 attacks and potentially giving our formidable units plus 2 HP is a great way to keep them topped off. Galio is a late game finisher. For anyone who doesn't know, his level up condition is you need 25 or more total health on your allies. And once he levels up, he makes it where you rally the first time you take damage each round. And because of that, and because it's just a great staple Demacian card, we're running single combats. Not only does this card early game gives us trading potential if our opponent tries to, go all in with us at fast speed, which Winds of War is not. That's why we're running 3 of single. But if you have a leveled up Galio on the field, your opponent begins their turn, you can single combat one of your units, and the damage they take will trigger a rally effect. We're running a 2 of Hush just because it's a good staple card, and I don't think a lot of people are running Hush right now, so it's kind of a surprise card. And the big thing is we're running 2 Gifts from Beyond, because while it may be slower than we'd want, Specifically, Severum and Infernum are 2 big cards. Infernum is another way to give Overwhelm to one of our big formidable units. But Severum can give us 2 more HP and lifesteal, which can be a massive lifesaver. Because giving your Galio, even base Galio, making him a 110 lifesteal makes him effectively a 10-10 lifesteal. You heal half your HP back. It's a great way to stabilize against all these decks that are running around, which are early game aggro units. The amount of Demacia Bandle City decks I've seen going around is ridiculous, and it was because of those decks and fearsome decks in particular, Noxus and Shadow Isles, that I made the modifications I did. Yeah, because like I said, originally I ran a lot more Star Springs and things like that, but I've spent enough time going over the deck tech. Demacia Stands 2.0 has been doing really well so far. We've climbed to, we were at Gold 4, we're now up to Gold 3. It did really well 4 games in a row, so I'm satisfied with it. So without further ado, let's jump into ranked. Another card I was originally... Alright, we're against Viego. I have not gone against Shurima Viego. Yeah, Mono Viego. Okay. Well, this will be a new one. I don't know what we're up against, but this is a standalone good hand. We have our turn 1 drop, our turn 2 challenger, and Shield of Durand. Shield of Durand is such a powerful card. Like, I thought this card was going to be great, and it might not be quite as instantly best card ever good, but it's actually really close. We're going to dissuade any development here by throwing down the Petrocyte Broadwing, which will let us get 5 damage in. And if he wants to develop after the fact, that's fine. Oh, dog's barking. Okay. We have no problem with this. If he swings with everything... Okay, that's fine. Oh, give me a second. Sorry about that. My window was open. You can hear all the traffic outside. But no, if he just wants to glimpse here, I'm good with passing. I'll just bank the 3 spell mana. We need another unit, though, at this point. That'll work. He's passing here. We burned the same amount of mana, and frankly, I don't really have a good play if these units get dealt with. But he could also be running... I don't know what this deck is. I'm willing to trade one. Get 5 more damage, put him down to 10. That's worth trading a unit, I think. Oh, and he just had nothing to play. Okay. Royal Rangers being my only unit. I've drawn a ton of... Okay, this is good. That means he's probably going to go for something. And if he doesn't swing with it, then he wastes it. So I will go ahead and pop a Shield of Durand here. Finally, I'll get to spend my mana on something. And if he tries to... That's fine. Man, he is digging for something. I don't know what. But because he glimpsed it, we get to retain our buffs on our unit. I'm going to pass here, and that way I can have Shield of Durand mana for next turn. You feel free to draw your Viego. He's now a 6/5, I believe. I think he's only summoned 1 Misthrit so far this round. And so we can totally kill it with that. Yeah, the thing is, he says he grants allies extra health that have less power than him. So he's always going to buff our other units. That is fine. And now the Broadwing will pull in the Viego and kill him. And the Broadwing survives. All my units survive unless he has damage because he gets an additional health as well. This puts him down to 6. Yeah, that seems fine. So he'll get his Viego next turn, but he doesn't see this creature die, so he will keep the 4 that he saw, but he's really behind on his level up condition. Oh, I bet he's had a bunch of Chronicler of Ruins, but nothing to play with them. Oh, it feels bad, buddy. We're going to try to go for a Spring Gifts on our Scout unit here, just to go ahead and heal him up. And if he tries to Vile Feast or anything, we have the Guiding Touch. And we'll throw out the Soraka here, just to really get in there.
Oh, hello, little ones. Have you missed me?
Yeah, Viego himself has Fearsome. So we're just going to throw... We're just going to throw this in the way. Actually, we're going to throw this in the way. And we're going to buff up his HP. If he has a Dark Spear or something like that he wants to play, be my guess. But he's low now. And we're going to fully heal him up with... Well, not fully, but we're going to heal him up with Soraka. Alright, we swing like this. He blocks our biggest unit here. That means we deal 4, 7, 8 damage. That's just enough to kill him, but that's also assuming he doesn't have any... The threat of a Ruination's too big. So regrettably, I think I have to go with this. He could have enough spells to survive here, but the one-off Ruination, which I would put in a deck like this so far, I would definitely... Let's go ahead and Guiding Touch and see what we get. Okay. Oh, we would have had the Galio, but oh well. He'll live for 1 and his Viego dies, so that's fine. We maybe could have gone for the Overwhelm, but I'm just was really concerned that he was going to have a one-off Ruination, because that will kill our board right now. In fact, he still might go for a one-off Ruination. That's why with this board, I'm not developing anything else until he plays something. Galio would have been really big here, but oh well. If he passes here, we just pass back. Alright, he's drawing another Viego. We're going to go ahead and Guiding Touch here to just level over Soraka and draw a card. Be mana efficient, since we have the mana left over. This isn't too loud, is it? Let's turn it down a bit. Anyway, we drew another Guiding Touch, but I don't think we want to spend it yet. We're going to wait for him to develop. Summon a statue. Okay, that is fine. So he's just getting his Viego back. Well, his Viego miswraith and that. But his level up condition has to start all over again, which is... So that's fine. Now we feel safe throwing out the Galio. Alright, currently he has 12 health worth dying on the field. Let's go ahead and throw out Galio.
Must be some magic about.
Yeah, some Ruination magic going about. Yeah, we won't have the level up on Galio quite yet, but it'll be fine. My dogs keep barking. I think my brother might be visiting. Alright, so he's going for the kill on Galio, which will be fine. We're going to pass here, because these 2 units will die. And yes, it'll level up his Viego, but I'm really not that concerned. Alright, let me read this real quick. Steal the strongest enemy this round. If it's a champion, so it's the strongest. Which means in that case it'll be this guy. And this is give, not grant. So we're going to go ahead and use our mana efficiently heal here and heal up and get a double draw. He's going to take our Yordle Ranger. So we're going to block with the Yordle Ranger and this guy. Yep. Viego will level up. But because Yordle Ranger has the highest power, that's the one Viego will steal. So we want it to actually get as much damage in on it as it can. We have another Yordle Ranger in hand if we really need it. But right now, we're going to go for the level up on Galio. And we're going to give him Overwhelm with the Gifts from Beyond. We're going to Gifts of Beyond Overwhelm. And we have lots of buff. Doesn't matter which one we choose. We got lots of buff defense in hand, which also means buff his defense. His Viego is not high enough to kill us with a atrocity out of nowhere. At least not that I can tell. And we'll use Soraka to pull in the... He's just trying to heal as much as he can, that's fair. Which means that Soraka whips him up, pulls him in. How much is this guy getting buffed to? 14. Boom. Which means it's enough to kill the Viego. Which means he only takes 2 here, but we also rally, right? No! He dealt damage to us earlier! Clever. Very clever, actually. But we do kill the Viego here, which is the important bit. And we'll rally next turn instead. This turn, we're going to throw out Soraka's Wish. Soraka's Wish will go ahead and heal us back up to all to full. That's fine. Digging for a solution. We're going to throw out the Mountain Drake. That way next turn we have as much mana saved up as possible for these spells. Okay, that's surrender! I think I realized it was all futile. Good game. That deck held on very well. I was probably worrying over a Ruination for nothing, but you gotta consider the fact, especially with off-the-wall decks, especially in the early days of an expansion, decks can run anything. Like, honestly, most Shadow Isle decks I build, if they can fit a Ruination, I put a Ruination in. So yeah, game 1's a success. Let's keep on climbing. Get another game in with this. And that was a good example of the Viego had a swing where he wasn't huge. I think he only had 8 power at the time. But even so, if it wasn't for the fact I was running the 3/3 Spring Guardian, I wouldn't have been able to block it because my Soraka and all my formidable units, they don't have enough power to actually block it. Alright, we're up against a mirror match. How much of a mirror match, I don't know. But usually these 2/2 hounds are not quite as important in the mirror match. I'd rather have the Petricite Broadwing. That's fine. He'll get 2 damage in it with an open attack, but I'd rather have Broadwing on turn 2 into Shield of Duran on turn 3. I don't want to trade this, actually, so I'm going to eat 5 here. And next turn, I'm going to try to Shield of Duran kill the Hound. Until I drew that. Yep, never mind. Doing this.
You can do this. You're a Durand.
The tough on this Challenger unit is just so good. Okay. Okay, so I could swing right now, and if he has a Shield of Durand, he lives, and I die, not worth. So we're just going to pass and keep our mana open for our own shields. Guiding Touch is nice. We're just going to pass here. So that we're at the same amount of mana. If he passes back, I'm fine with burning the same amount. Right now, I'm only taking 2 damage, and I'm killing off his field, so it's up to him to react. Very important if you can. Set it up where your opponent has to be the one to react to your move. I'm losing... Okay, yeah, I'm losing 1 unit here. That is fine. I am going to go ahead and Guiding Touch this one to draw a card, because that still leaves me with Shield of Durand mana open. And we'll pass it back to him. Now, let's see if he has anything for 2 creature mana or 3 or 5 total spell mana. Kind of a pre-buff kind of deal. Unless he has a single combat. Does not. Alright. We're going to do this, and then pass back to him. Because now I win the trade because of my tough.
A mistake is the first step to improving.
And now we're going to pull in this. Next turn, I'll get +2, so I'll be at 7, and I'll have Astral Protection mana open next turn. What I'm worried about now is a single combat, so I have to pass back. Because if I go below Astral Protection mana, he wins the exchange. And we've both committed a hope. Oh, but that Hush is really good. Alright. Alright, we now have options. So we're going to throw out the Spring Guardian. If he swings out, the Spring Guardian is going to block the 0-8, and my 0-7 will block his 0-6. Effectively 6-6, though. But no. And if he just passes back, we will try to spend 1 mana to go ahead and Helion up.
This will help.
It's only +2, but it still makes me bigger than his. And we are fine with that. We're going to go ahead and yoink this thing in before it can get any bigger. With a Hush, Astral Protection, and Shield of Durand... Yeah, I was confident that I'd be able to be the one to survive that. If he drops a Galio, then I'm just going to do the same, though. Alright. No Galio. Alright, so if I drop the Galio, and he does have, like, a single combat or a Winds of War in hand, all I have to do is Hush one of these, and they'll lose the Formidable, meaning they'll do 0 damage. So this should be the safe play to do. Not quite at level up range yet, but I now have plenty of options. Yep, that's what I was waiting for. So, do we Hush it now, or do we Shield of Durand? I feel like we can hold the Hush for a bigger buff. So we're just going to attempt to Shield of Durand this. Which means he still takes 3, yep. So it's now only a 3-3 effectively. Alright, this went really well. This went really well so far.
You're a giant stone man. I'm a giant stone man. Finally, a fair fight.
Alright, we're going to go ahead and throw out the Apex here to put on Galio. And I just don't see him swinging, and he doesn't have enough to level up. Alright, now we're going to Hush it so that it loses formidable, so it just takes 3 damage. Yep. Now he'll gain 3 back, I believe, so he'll go up to being a 0-6 like this one after the hush wears off. Yep. And I once again feel confident that I win this exchange. Boom. I have a Guiding Touch and a Shield of Duran. I'm fine with doing this trade here. I'm fine with doing that trade there. If he buffs this one up, I'll Shield of Duran or Astral Protection, whichever one seems better. Alright, he let the Galio die. We take that. And we have enough mana left over. Interesting. Okay. I actually like the Traveler here.
The Star Child herself. I'm starting my journey.
Trust the stars to guide you, Tiara.
We're gonna heal up, draw a card. Useful for next turn. Yeah, that's it. Our Galio still hasn't leveled up. He's just not quite there yet. Alright, this will be big. We're going to throw this onto our Broodwing, because Broodwing's actually really strong right now. Alright, well, we're going to kill that. We're going to kill that. We're going to sack this and kill that. Like so. An Astral Protection of his own would suck a lot, but if this goes through like this, then we're golden. We'll throw down the Mountain Drake and leave Galio's Shield of Durand open. Okay, he's fishing for a card. Alright. What does that put him up to? We're going to go for it. Does he have another protection effect? Because I do not. Buddy, that... Well, I guess he just wants the 2 more damage in on it. No, that's game. I don't see him recovering from this. That'll be GG. I like the Sharp Sight tech. It covers another one of your weaknesses, which is the elusives. This unit is no longer as impressive as he was a second ago, so I'm not going to worry about getting him overwhelmed just yet. We're just going to go for the win. Got him! GG. I'm sorry that... I know my clapping makes a really sharp sound. I'm sorry, guys. I keep forgetting. My mic's very sensitive. Alright. Alright, that was good. Moving on to game number 2. And... yeah, sorry, not game number 2. Joy. Sorry, I was listening to my audio settings. Game 3. Game 3. This will be our last game, I think. We're at 28 minutes so far, so we got time for more. And another... this deck runs a lot of fearsomes. Toxic and terrible. Why are you doing this for my last game? Actually, I like this curve. And I like the Gifts from Beyond, too. And I like the Guiding Touch. Okay. And we got one of our 3 powered units, which is very important. Boom, 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 boom. Ba, 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 la, la. And yeah, we will block and kill that. Probably trying to get his Snapvine. The Hydra that makes Miss Wraiths bigger. We will leave Shield of Duran mana open in case he tries to go for a cheeky Twin Disciplines. And we will shield a Durand in response. If he wants to waste a second Twin Disciplines, go for it, buddy. But no sweat off my back. And now we got effectively a 6/6 Challenger left over. God, I love this Broadwing. It's so good. Yeah, we have a Guiding Touch. We'll go ahead and throw out Soraka.
Such great potential.
If a Vengeance will instantly kill this and there's nothing I can do about it, but we're going to go ahead and blow it out of him now. Yep, called it! Thought it was odd that he left 6 mana specifically open. We're going to throw out the Hound. Let's see what he plays. And we'll throw out the Spring Guardian.
Much trouble, Hakan?
Nothing I can't handle. Oh dear, come back!
I rarely play this card. I've never heard his interactions before.
Live with purpose.
And it's only 6 damage, but we take what we can get.
The whole world will know my anguish.
I might Gifts from Beyond to get my Broadwing out, actually. There's the Hydravine. Yeah, I think we're going to do that. And because unless I'm completely forgetting, I think Broadwing is our only 2-drop, so we can use Gifts from Beyond to get it if we really want to. Yeah, we'll pass with that. And we're going to throw out a Galio, and we'll have enough... Galio gives +3/+3. This gives +4/+4. Ooh, we are actually in a tough spot here.
Come on, then. Let's get to fighting.
I'm going to attempt a suicide into this invasive Hydravine. Oh, that Vengeance is actually really nasty. What you got, buddy? What you gonna do? What you gonna do? What you gonna do? Let's go. I'll take the free level up on Galio. I wasn't swinging into your ephemeral units. Alright. I would have loved to have seen my Ranger by this point, but... Or one of my single combats, or my Winds of War to kill the Viego, but... I am fine with that. And he can't swing into this. Or I just don't see how he could, because he's going to trigger my rally effect. He did pop my Spell Shield, though. And he does have enough mana left over for a Vengeance, if he so chose. I haven't got to heal anything. This guy's playing very passively. I gotta play more aggressive into this matchup. We're gonna... Yeah, that's fine. I wasted the Guiding Touch, but I really just wanted to... I'm trying to bait him into an action here. Next turn, I'm just going to open attack. Right from the get-go. Everything except the Soraka and the Spring Guardian. Hey, I could have a sharp sight. Don't risk it, buddy. Don't attack me. Don't attack me. Ah. Sharp Sight actually is a good tech card. It would allow me to block elusives. Oh? Viego's despair! Whatever will I do?
Stars.
If only I had another Soraka to play.
Your manners, my stars. Soraka is here.
Oh, hello, little ones. Have you missed me?
Alright, let's go ahead and try. Though even I fully admit, it's just a try.
Justice.
Oh, wait, he had two? Oh, I guess he did. We're gonna swing like that and threaten the Hydra Blade.
Obey your king.
I'm gonna say that he doesn't, in fact, have another barrier lifesteal card. If he does, that's game. And that's just how the cookie crumbles. That's game all the same. GG. Nothing we could do about that. We didn't get the cards we needed to push early on, and he just has direct kill spells. So, let's try again. I don't want to end my video on a defeat, so we'll go into one more game. And that was the simple fact of the matter, is that he just stabilized way too quickly, summoning a free ephemeral unit every turn that can just chump block for free, and having Viego on the field, and we drew none of our strike cards as well. Like, it was like, okay, well, I can't do much about that. Viego wins if you don't deal with him quickly enough. And that's... yeah, we don't want any of that. The Hush might have been nice, but we needed some early game units. And we got none, but hey, we got one of our strike cards. And we draw Galio. So, yay! Luckily, we have gifts from beyond. Hey, so if we didn't draw that, we'd have something at least. Yeah. It's not like I'm burning mana anyway, so I'll get 3 damage in. He can develop now. I figured. Manifest a Fey and grant it +1/+1. Okay. Luckily, I have the Broadwing, so I actually still might go for a until I drew that. And now we're gonna give this thing
A
tough.
mistake is the first step to improving.
He is in Ionia, though. He might be running things like Will of Ionia, but I don't know. That just doesn't seem to fit the deck archetype. Aw, that's fun. Alright. And now you get to play that for free, yep. So now we have a choice. Do we kill the Gleaming Lantern, or the thing that... I think we killed the Gleaming Lantern, yeah. Yep. Ooh. Nah. I'm more than willing to trade, buddy, but you're gonna have to invest another spell into it. Because even this only makes me take 5. Which means he doesn't get a discounted Fey this turn. Very nice. Very good. Alright, we're on curve. We're playing defensively this turn into the Yordle Ranger the turn after. And we're gonna kill that. Nope. No Poppy. No Poppy for you. Sorry, just I can't deal with that. And I'll have to eat this one. Alright, we're gonna pass here, leave our mana open, and go for the Yordle Ranger next turn. Shield of Duran would probably be our best draw. Ooh, Soraka's not bad, but Soraka's gonna have to come later. And that gives other allies +1/+1 this round. So yeah, we're definitely gonna take these chariots. And he got draw out, and he'll live this turn, but Yeah, we'll go ahead and heal up here just so get him for another turn. Oh. We got rid of the elusive attacker, and a lot of his dudes are gone. And this doesn't appear to be a Bandle City landmark deck. Or at least it doesn't seem to. Oh, single combat's very nice. He plays another Poppy, will single combat with the Petricite Broadwing again. Great Undergo out, get all face in hand, +1/+. Oh, so he's mass buffing. This is like a mass buff Fey deck. Which I like. I like the idea of. We are not going to play Galio this round. We're going to play the Petricite Hound and Soraka. Which will leave us 4 mana open so we can Astral Protection if we have to.
Mama's home. Let me guide you.
If he swings with that, then I'm going to kill it with this. No. We're fine taking the one here and letting him have another Angry Outcap. We're gonna save our mana so that we can drop the Galio and still have Astral Protection / a Gifts from Beyond next turn. We'll probably end up having to Astral Protection this, but we'll see how it goes. Oh, he's not running, like... Every time I have a bigger board state than my opponent, I go like, wow, what could really screw us over? And a Will of Nation right now would just totally kill us. And any time now, guy. Any moment. Okay. If I say, buddy, you got 0 mana. What you waiting on? We're going to Galio first to get our defenses up.
Till I crumble to dust, young girl person.
Young girl person. I love the way Galio talked. It's so fun. Yeah, we're gonna swing like so. And if he wants to lose that creature... I actually have a really strong urge to keep this alive, actually. It gives you so much value. I definitely think that was the correct call. And now we get to heal it back up to full. Pull in the elusive. And level up Soraka. Not a bad turn, not a bad turn. And while the 3/5 could block here and be safe. Yeah, we got more than enough health to level up Galio even after this block. So Galio levels up now. And we lowered his board state down a whole bunch. We still have a single combat and a Gifts from Beyond in hand. We are set up. Let's finish this off. We have the single combat to trigger the Galio effect this turn. And we're going to Gifts from Beyond to give this guy Overwhelm. That's fine. Let's Gifts from Beyond Overwhelm. And then we're going to attempt to... Then we're going to pass. And then we're going to kill that off. Which will rally. And then we're going to get... Yep, that's it! GG! Good game, buddy. Good game. Alright. The Galio Formidable package looking really good. We didn't actually run into any of the aggro decks I was running into earlier today. But hey, we take the easy wins when we can get them. And that's all fine. Also, please everyone watching, if you didn't know, the new arcade event has started. As a little PSA at the end of this video. And there is a lot of free goodies that you can pick up. A couple of icons, free rares, a few emotes, tons of free cards that they're giving you for just playing in the event, even if you don't have the premium version. And, of course, if you get to the very end, you'll get a the skin for Vagar, which is really good. I have been saying for the longest time that if I buy premium for a battle pass, the final reward should be a skin for one of the new champions. That's what I always say, at least. I'll probably unlock premium later, because you can unlock any time and collect the rewards you've gotten up to. So play the event, and if you get to the very end, then you can buy premium if you think it's worth it. Look at all the rewards you're getting and make that decision. But the choice is up to you. Just letting everyone know. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you like my new deck, Galio Stands, please give me a like and a comment down below for what champion you'd like me to play next. What deck idea do you guys have? Please let me know. I feed off your ideas because I don't have enough of my own. And I will leave a link to the deck code for this in the description below if you'd like to try it yourself. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you're enjoying the new expansion, and I will see you tomorrow.